Okay, we're going to look at creating a floor plan. And there's a bunch of different ways to do this. The first one we're going to use a construction template. We're going to get rid of our 3D axes. And we're going to draw the floor plan from the top down. So we'll end up with something that has this type of information built into it. So let's start from scratch. Let me close SketchUp and start from scratch so you can see exactly how I'm going to do this. I'm going to launch my SketchUp. And I want to come down to template, and I want to use construction template feet and inches for this particular exercise. Construction template, construction documentation, feet and inches. Click start. Okay. Let it launch. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a house with a 30-foot by 20-foot dimension. So I'm going to grab my rectangle tool, click from the center, drag outwards, type in 30, apostrophe, comma, 20, apostrophe, enter. Now I'm going to zoom in on that. And what I want to do is I want to go to camera, standard views, choose top, and then I want to go to view, and I'm going to turn off the axes. We don't need those. And now we're ready to start building. So the first thing we're going to do is create the outside wall. So our outside wall is usually around 6.5 inches. So I'm going to grab my offset tool. I'm going to click on that wall there, drag outwards and set it to 6.5 inches, enter. And that's my outside wall dimension. So generally, that's the wall dimensions. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color that wall so that it's obvious that it is. I'm going to use in my materials, I'm going to go down to patterns and I'm going to choose a pattern and fill that. Okay. Now, let's say we want to draw a room. I've got my pencil tool. I'm going to start down here and move upwards and find the middle here, midpoint. So that's 10 feet, but I can measure it as well and grab my measurement tool and drag up. That's 10 feet. All right. So I've got my pencil. I'm going to go up 10 feet from here, click and come in. 10 feet, 10, apostrophe, enter. Then I'm going to drag down from there, 10 feet. And now I've got a room that's 10 by 10 feet, right? So I want to offset the walls. The interior walls are usually not as robust. And the interior walls are usually about 4.5 inches. So I'm going to grab my tape measure tool and I'm going to click and drag in and measure 4.5 inches. And then click and drag in this way, 4.5 inches. And now I can grab my pencil tool and draw those walls. Now, let's say I want to show the door swinging. I want to make a guide that's 18 inches from the wall. Grab my pencil tool or my tape measure. I'm going to click and drag out 18 inches. There we go. And now I'm going to zoom in, grab my pencil tool, draw a line across from here to here. All right, we can get rid of these extra guides now. And I'm going to zoom way in and grab my tape measure, and I want my door to be 32 inches. So I'm going to come in, grab that midpoint and drag down, set it to 32 inches. Okay, so that's the other side of my door there. I'm going to click, drag it across there. Now I'm going to show the door swinging out upwards this way. So what I want to do is grab my pencil tool, click here and drag out 32 inches. And then I want to show the door swing. So I'm going to grab our arc that draws from 2 points. I'm going to click at that corner there, come down to here, and then drag to there. And that's my door. That's how my door would swing. All right. And we can erase these extra lines and take the fill out of the center of the model. And what else is commonly done is a window. If I wanted to show a window, I just got my pencil tool, I click and drag across like that. And then let's say the window's 5 feet. I'm going to grab my tape measure, zoom in, find that midpoint, drag across, type in 5 feet, enter, and then draw another pencil line there, down like that, and then take the fill. Oops, I think I got a weird line there. Let's try it again. There we go. And then I'll delete this area here. And then to show a window, usually what you do is you draw a line through the center here like so. And then we can take the fill out of there. And that usually denotes a window. And this is, let's go back up to view, camera, standard views, top. So we got a straight top down view. And this is the way that you would go about creating a floor plan. Now you can also do this in layout, SketchUp layout. Unfortunately, the free version that we have does not allow us access to layout. So I'm using SketchUp for this, the free version, the one that you probably have. But you could purchase SketchUp and get layout that has a few additional features. Now, I can also come in and I can draw dimensions between any 2 points. So I can come in here and do something like, oh, come on, let's do that again. All right, that's going to give me dimensions for all my elements. All right, so I can do that, and that can help with the building of my model. There we go. So now, how do I export this? Well, there's a number of ways to export this. One is I would save the actual SKP, the .skp file, floor plan, A or B or whatever the case may be. All right, I want to make sure I save that somewhere on my computer. I'm going to put it into my class folder. And then I would export a copy of it by going to File, Export. And then I could export a 3D model, a 2D graphic, or an animation. In this case, we don't have animation. And what we want to use this for is a floor plan. So we're going to use 2D graphic. And I can export it as a BMP, a JPEG, a TIFF, or a PNG. Okay, I'm going to choose JPEG. And then I'm going to put it in the same folder as the other, as the actual working file. So the export is going to be a two-dimensional graphic that I can use. And so we'll go to which folder I want to put it in. Put it in floor plans, and I'll export that in. Okay. And so that's basically how you go about creating a floor plan, right? So it's a little bit different setup, a little bit different. We're drawing from the top down. We turned off the ISO view. Make sure you go to view. We also can turn off the axes, and that's basically how this is done.